Angel Reese reveals the real reason behind Caitlin Clark's move to Europe. Angel Reese shuts down rumors, says Caitlin Clark's exits is a financial move.
This latest jab from Reese is yet another chapter in a feud that has been brewing since the 2023 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. As rumors swirl about Caitlin Clark possibly leaving the WNBA for Europe, Reese has hijacked the story with a new, low accusation. She has reportedly said that Clark is abandoning the league to chase money in Europe.
If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
It's a claim that's as absurd as it is offensive. To anyone who has followed Clark's career, it's obvious that money is the least of her concerns. The real issue, which Reese conveniently ignores, is the racism and bullying Clark has been enduring at the hands of other players, Reese herself included.
What was your first impression of your first game in the W?
I thought it was physical.
There you go. But instead of acknowledging the hostility that has made Clark's time in the WNBA difficult, Reese has chosen to throw another low blow in what has become a disturbingly one-sided rivalry.
It's obvious she's jealous of Caitlin. Every interview, every tweet, everything is about Caitlin. I haven't yet to see Caitlin even respond to her yet. Have y'all?
No.
Let's be real here. This isn't your usual sports rivalry where two players push each other to be better. This is something ugly.
I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Hold on a second. Does Angel Reese actually deserve to be put on the same pedestal as Caitlin Clark? Let's see what this analyst has to say.
You were the 7th pick. If I'm right, am I right?
You're right, sir.
Something like that. Yeah. So it's 6 players that they said, you like that, but you're not like that, because it's 6 people went in front of you. And you telling me you changing the WNBA. Changing the WNBA is a girl that went #1, is 17, 18, 19,000 people at her game, 2 million people watching the views.
Getting back to our story, from the moment Clark stepped onto the court, Reese has been trying to tear her down. During games, in interviews, on social media, anywhere she can throw shade, she does.
It's a rivalry of personalities because Angel Reese made it so when she went at Caitlin Clark.
Well, do you know what the funny thing is? When Angel Reese pretends sometimes to take the moral high road, no one is actually fooled.
Angel, your actions are starting to speak so loud, we can't hear what you're telling us. Because what you told us, if we go back to March 31st, was simple. You said you think people just take it like we hate each other. And Caitlin Clark and I don't hate each other. I want everybody to understand that. That's what you told us. The problem is your actions vehemently disagree. Because on June 1st, after Kennedy Carter cheap shots Caitlin Clark, you get up and you celebrate the cheap shot of Caitlin Clark. And then you proceed to hug your teammate who just cheap shotted her.
Now, let's circle back to her accusation. The rumors about Clark possibly moving to Europe didn't come out of nowhere. Whispers have been circulating for months about the toxic environment Clark faces within the league. It's no secret that the WNBA has had its share of internal tensions, but Clark has been subjected to particularly harsh treatment, much of it racially charged. Clark has been silent about these struggles, focusing instead on her love for basketball. But the weight of constantly being targeted by certain players has begun to take its toll, with rumors swirling that Clark is considering a move to Europe, where she might find a more supportive environment. Instead of addressing the real issue at hand, Reese saw an opportunity to twist the narrative for her own purposes, accusing Clark of being driven by financial motivations. Now let's digress a bit and talk about what happened in the 2023 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. On that day, Reese made headlines by taunting Clark in front of millions of viewers.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
While many saw the gesture as unsportsmanlike, others shrugged it off as part of the game. Fast forward to now, and things have gotten way worse. It is clear now that Reese's actions stem from something far deeper than just competition. Her consistent attempts to tear down Caitlin Clark point to a level of jealousy and bitterness that goes beyond the basketball court.
Angel Reese is a hater, and her whole media popularity, her whole platform is built off the back of Caitlin Clark.
To anyone paying attention, Reese's accusation is nothing more than an attempt to discredit Clark's integrity. Clark's fans know better. She isn't the type of player to be motivated purely by financial gain. If anything, Clark's entire career has been about her passion for the game. She's always played with heart, and her dedication to basketball is what made her a superstar in the first place. But a good question to ask here is, why is Reese so obsessed with Clark? The answer is simple: envy.
Caitlin Clark's the golden goose. She happens to be a terrific talent who's white and very, very marketable. The combination of the two things make her the golden goose for the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark has everything Angel Reese wants: widespread respect, a massive fan base, and the kind of recognition that transcends basketball. While Reese is a talented player in her own right, she's always been overshadowed by Clark, both on and off the court. Instead of working to earn the same kind of respect that Clark commands, Reese has chosen the easier route, tearing Clark down at every opportunity.
So when there is a white player that is really, really good, they love to attach to him, right? To blow it up. That's what it is. That's what's been there for years. But all I'm saying is when I really watch these games, right, me and other people and the other coaches that's coaching against Caitlin, it's the reason why they are guarding her like that. That's the reason why the game plan for a rookie is being played like that.
Oh no. Everything all boils down to her talent, determination, and heart. I mean, Clark has earned everything she has. And Reese's attempts to frame her as some kind of outsider or opportunist only highlight her own insecurities. So let's face it, Caitlin Clark might leave the WNBA, and honestly, I can't blame her. Girls out here breaking records while Angel Reese is just breaking everyone's last nerve. Let's get real about Clark. She's not just good at basketball. She's video game on easy mode good. She has single-handedly made women's basketball must-watch TV. Meanwhile, Reese is acting like Clark stole her favorite parking spot and her Netflix password. The real tea? When you're as talented as Clark, you don't need this high school drama. She's busy making history, while Reese is busy making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The only workout Reese seems committed to lately is jumping to conclusions about Clark's career choices. Again, let's talk numbers because they don't lie, unlike some people's post-game interviews. Clark's been pulling viewing numbers that make TV executives do double takes. She's got more highlights than a hairdresser's portfolio. Every game she plays becomes a trending topic, and not because she's stirring up drama, but because she's just that good. Clark is considering Europe because dealing with haters is exhausting. You know what's wild? Instead of celebrating having two incredible players in the league, we're stuck watching Reese turn this into an episode of Mean Girls Basketball Edition. Except in this version, Regina George actually has talent but keeps wasting it on pettiness. The WNBA could be marketing a legendary rivalry, but instead, they're getting whatever this one-sided drama fest is. Clark's stats are louder than her critics, and that's what drives them crazy. She's out there breaking ankles and breaking records, while some people like Angel Reese are just breaking spirits. I mean, the only thing higher than Clark's shooting percentage is the salt content in Reese's comments. The social media circus has been something else entirely. While Clark's posting highlight reels, Reese is posting subtweets. While Clark's breaking scoring records, Reese is breaking the record for most indirect posts about a colleague. The contrast is clearer than the difference between a swish and an airball. If Clark does peace out to Europe, the WNBA is losing more than a player. It's losing its biggest star since sliced bread became a concession stand item. Reese will have to find someone else to blame for her own mediocrity. Though, let's be honest, she'll probably still be tweeting about Clark from across the Atlantic. The funny part? While Reese is busy playing throwing shades, Clark's busy playing actual basketball. One of them's making history, the other's making excuses. I'll let you guess who's who. Every time Clark hits another milestone, Reese hits another nerve, her own. And can we talk about the fans for a second? Clark's got entire arenas showing up early just to watch her warm up. She's got kids wearing her jersey, copying her moves, and dreaming of being the next Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, Reese is teaching the next generation how to perfect their eye-roll game. Look, Clark's living rent-free in Reese's head, and at this point, she's probably installed a home theater in there too. The more Reese talks, the more obvious it becomes. She's not mad about Clark leaving. She's mad about Clark existing. She's got more issues with Clark than a magazine subscription. The basketball community sees right through this. While Clark's getting standing ovations, Reese is getting side eyes. While Clark's changing the game, Reese is just trying to change the narrative. But here's the thing about narratives. They only work when people buy them. And nobody's buying what Reese is selling. Here's the bottom line. Clark's the kind of player who makes everyone else step up their game. Reese? She's the kind of player who makes everyone else step up their drama game. And if Clark decides to take her talents to Europe, the only person looking bad in this situation is the one throwing shade from the bench. I'm sorry, Reese, but trying to make Clark look bad is like trying to make a rainbow look dull. It's just not going to work. Maybe you should focus less on Clark's career choices and more on why you're so obsessed with them. In the end, Clark will be fine whether she stays or goes. She's got the kind of talent that transcends leagues, continents, and petty rivalries. As for Reese, well, there's always TikTok. And hey, maybe when Clark's crushing it in Europe, Reese can finally focus on her own game instead of everybody else's. But let's not hold our breath. Old habits die harder than Clark's three-point records. Let's continue the discussion in the comments section below. But hold on. Do you know Angel Reese is not the only person who is always trying to bully Caitlin Clark? Check out this other video to find out who else. Thanks for watching.